Welcome to part 2 of the Atari Flashback Gold 8. Sorry, Flashback 8 Gold. Again, I wish whoever shipped this to Toys R Us did not put the sticker over there. I cannot remove it or it will destroy the box. But I have done a little bit more research on this one. Apparently this one is favored more than the others because it has the Activision games. I think Pat the NES Punk even mentioned that. So it's kind of neat that that one is the one I ended up tracking down. The other thing is the Frogger is not the 2600 version. It's actually the Frogger 7800 version for some reason on this system. So a little oops there. And then I have tried the paddles. I actually found these are the sports paddles. You can see it's got the logo right there, which these are the ones that only turn 180. And then I recently tracked down a set of the driving ones. These are the ones that turn 360. Both of these kind of work on this thing. It's not that pretty. So the paddle games actually are almost unplayable on this. I have also recently run into an issue with the pack-in controller that's the used to change the menus and everything. It's very fidgety. In order to even change the menus, I've had to take the batteries out, put them back in, and then it really doesn't like changing menus and changing games. I've tried a few others. Standard controller, it works just fine. I've not tried the 7800 controller, I'll be honest with that. The touchpad I have not tried, but it does look like it will work. I tried the Sega Genesis controller again. It went haywire, so it doesn't like that. But these TAC2 controllers that I used to use a lot seem to work. So we're going to finish up the games on this using this controller, because I'm afraid if I touch the controller it came with, it's going to break again. So let's try Millipede. Okay. The shooting is just very sporadic. It was working fine last time. So actually this could be a problem with the controller I have, because the thing with the TAC2 controller is it's actually meant for both left-handed and right-handed people. So you can use the button on the right or on the left. The button on the right seems to be working. The button on the left does not, so having to change how I play Atari. Okay, let's try this again. But at least it's working. So those DTs in this this game, it's kind of like a bomb. Anything that's near it, and I missed it, blows up. Kind of, and I believe it is supposed to be, whoa, DDT, because that is the bug, or Jake Roberts. Ah, I missed him. Not used to controlling with the left hand. Okay. So now, unfortunately, the only way I know how to get back is using this. If we hit select, nope. That's what it should be. Aha! We got it. Okay. Miniature golf. We want a one-player game. Start. This game, I can be honest, I have never played. So it looks like okay. So you kind of go... Ah, okay. You kind of line up where you want it to go. Interesting. Okay, that's mini golf. So we can still work around that. So, just warning to anyone that has these, this can go out, but there's a way around it. It's annoying, but there's a way around it. Now that we know this button works. Okay. Let's get back to... I do wish the Sega Genesis controller worked on this. Okay, miss it. So, as you can tell, the only thing you do in here is make sure those things don't touch you, and that's it. And periodically it just adds one. Okay, so miss it. I'll periodically try it. Nope, doesn't work. Oh, it worked. Okay, missile command. Everyone knows missile command. Start. Nope, we want game one. Start. I have to remember I have to play this with the other hand. It's not easy when you're used. Whoops. This one's always fun when you lose. The whole screen just flashes. Okay. That is missile command. Gonna work? No. So, backup plan. I've actually been playing a lot of these on my actual Atari. It actually plays better on the actual Atari. There's a little bit of a delay using the flashback. Go to that. It's actually faster to go. Oh, you can't go. Yes, you can. Okay. Moto Rodeo. Wrong button. Let's see how bad this will be. I would prefer easy because I've never played this before. Okay, so pressing up. Okay, I'm starting to get it. I don't know what you do with that, though. Okay. That is... Will it? No. That is... that game. Night Driver. Night Driver, I actually remember I actually owned this game. So this is a fun little game. Unfortunately, it is a paddle game. So, not easy to play. But we will try it. The button is your accelerator. You go off of the button and you stop. As you can tell, very hard to do with the joystick. Downright impossible. We'll try it. Magic. We do this. No. Okay. That's Night Driver. Okay. Off the wall. This one I have never actually played, so I have no idea what you do. Let's hit start and see. Oh, so it's kind of like Arkanoid or Breakout. I bet it's a paddle game too. Okay, so that is that. And actually, anyone that's wanting to find these right now they're not that hard to find. Both of them, both the sports paddle and the driving one. The only difference between the two, besides the one turning 360, one turning 180, is you'll notice you actually have both first and second player in a set, whereas on the driving you need two. Where is it? That's not it. That's the wrong one. Here it is. You'll need two separate ones because there's only one cord. And then, of course, here's my original set I grew up with. It's hard to remember which one's player 1 or player 2, so my brother and I actually did that to make it easier to remember. But these aren't that expensive. I think I picked up both of these for like $12. They were individually $6, so that's not bad. They do still work beautifully, which is nice. A lot of the times the paddles go out. Their lifespan isn't that good. And they are hard to repair. Basically, I have to take them apart, clean them out. Okay, Oink is another paddle game. You can use a joystick, but it's really difficult to. So basically what this is going on is You are laying bricks as the wolf. Yeah, it's... You're supposed to be able to go up and get the brick. Because see, I've got... It's not wanting me to go up. Actually, very disappointed with all the other mini consoles. The controllers work just fine. This is the only one. Okay, so I've got a brick, but you get the idea. You lay the brick down and block him as he's breaking in. So that's oink. Eventually, I may get my Atari 2600 modded, and then I could actually video capture it without just using a camera pointing at the TV. Okay. Nope. One too many. Okay. Outlaw. Everyone had Outlaw. It's like Combat. Bunch of different mini games. Yeah, sure. Still having trouble going up. I'm starting to wonder if it's... Maybe the pins are dirty. Or the sockets that are in. Okay, let me try one thing. Hopefully it doesn't break it. Let's just try, because I haven't tried it yet, the 7800 controller. Let's just see. Oh! Look at that. 7800 controllers probably working the best. Maybe that's why Frogger's the 7800 version. But that's Outlaw. There's a lot of different games. There's one where the stagecoach, you can see, goes across. I think this is the... Where's the one that... There's one that you can shoot, start destroying... Yeah, you can start destroying the stagecoach. So, it's an interesting game. It's actually pretty fun. So, I'm going to stick with the 7800 controller, because it seems to be working the best. I had another one, I don't know where it is. It was like really, really small. It was like the Atari's version of the NES Max. It fit in one hand, had a little stick that was on a ball, and then two little trigger buttons. Another one of those, it's good for right-handed or left-handed. Let's go to alphabetical. Now watch this. Oh, no, it's still working. It's like they were telling you to use the 7800 controller. Pitfall. Who doesn't know Pitfall? Everyone knows Pitfall. Like everyone knows to go backwards. Oh, this is weird. But that's why you go backwards, because that way if you miss it, it puts you at the other end. Now it's working better. Except you can barely see the fire. Okay, so that's Pitfall. Again, it's better on the problem with when you're using HDMI is sometimes the pixels come across too smooth, and like that fire, you can barely see it. So it's better on the original because the colors are not quite as smooth. So there are disadvantages to having higher resolution. I think Polaris is next. Yep. Okay, Polaris. Again, this is one I know nothing about. But I can pretty much guess what it is. Then a boat showed up. Fun little... Whoa! That was unexpected. A fun little game. Kind of like it. Again, not trying to spend too much time on these. Because I'm hoping to do, after the Atari Flashback, the next video I'm going to do is have the Intellivision one. No, sorry, not Intellivision. ColecoVision one. I'm missing the Intellivision one. And I just got... let me grab it, because this is neat. So this was actually hard to find. The Sega Genesis Mini 2, which was only available on Amazon, and they're all being shipped from Japan. So there's actually only one model. This actually has some Sega CD games on it, so that was kind of neat. Okay. What was that? Pong Video Olympics. Okay, let's see what this is. It's Pong. Are there other games in it? See what this is. This looks like it's a paddle game too. Oh, so you have two. But yeah, it's definitely a paddle game. Okay, so that's Pong Video Olympics. A paddle is recommended. Pressure cooker. I just find it odd that the 7800 controller works best. This should be interesting. I have no idea what to do. Oh. I'm not moving. This, I have no idea. I see... Am I supposed to be blocking these? I'm sure other people have played this before, but I don't know what you do. That's pressure cooker. Without having the instructions, and I know it shows up on there, but most Atari games you can figure out pretty quick. That one was a mystery. Okay. Radar lock. I remember seeing this one. Ah, so it's like a Top Gun before Top Gun. I think I'm in F-117 Nightfall. The only triangular plane that I can like that I can think of. It's definitely not the B-2 Spirit or the A-12 Avenger, which never got made, which we call the Flying Dorito. But I think that's the Nighthawk. Is my only guess. Okay, that one's actually not bad. But not good enough for the reset button to work. That one I may come back to. So, radar lock. It probably is the F-117, because around that time, it was getting... It was... I think it had just been released to where people got to see what it looked like. And it was a very odd-looking plane. Okay. Oh, real sports baseball. Sports games did not do too well on the Atari. Okay, I do not know if I am the batter or the pitcher. I am the pitcher. How do you get it back to the pitch? Okay. And I have no idea how. It's right in the middle of home plate. That's real sports baseball. I still wish I could figure out why this controller all of a sudden decided not to work. Because it's just been sitting in the box. So, I don't know. We did recently have a freeze, but not like it was outside. Real sports basketball. Okay. You went out of bounds. I'll just pretend that the green guys, that's Dallas Mavericks. Okay. That's real sports basketball. Yeah, I was the blue guys. Computer was the red. See, part one, it was going so nice. The controller was acting up, but it was still at least usable. Oh, real sports soccer. I don't. Oh, I scored. Good enough? That's soccer. Or football, depending on which part of the world you're in. Which, if you're ever interested of the story as to why it's called soccer in the United States and football everywhere else, look it up. It's very interesting. It's more than people think. Okay. Last one, real sports volleyball. Last of the sports. This one I actually liked. This is the one of the real sports that I owned. And the nice thing is that as the sun goes down, it's just hard to play on a 7800 controller. Anyway, volleyball. But it's neat. As the sun sets, as the game progresses, the sun starts to set. And then you're playing in dusk. And then when the sun sets, the game's normally over. Kind of a neat little thing they added. Okay, Return to Haunted House. This is one I did not know it existed. Because in part one we played Haunted House, and we ended up beating it real quick. So that's a shovel. Can't go that way. What's that? Oh, weird. I don't know how to use the shovel. I may have to look into that one a little closer. I may have to find the actual cartridge, because that's interesting, because I always kind of liked Haunted House. I didn't know they made a sequel. River Raid. I loved River Raid. So River Raid, and the arcade one's actually a little bit better. But, let's hit start. You can slow down, speed up. Wish that you were playing with a different controller. Every time you shoot a bridge, that is your next starting point. And one way to maximize your points is as soon as you get near the end of your fuel thing here, you shoot, and then it gains your points. I'm doing horrible. I never... Ugh. 7800 controller is not quite as precise. But that's River Raid. Excellent, excellent game. I actually found the sequel, River Raid 2, and it's just as good. Highly recommended. River Raid's actually pretty inexpensive too. You can pick it up just for a few dollars. I think it's under $10 still. Okay. I think we're on this one, but let me double check. Yep. Okay. Saboteur. See what this is. What could go wrong? Interesting titles. Saboteur. Start. I'm supposed to be shooting. Okay, you don't shoot them. You shoot like him, I think. Oh, we're in a different screen. What the heck? I don't know. That's Saboteur. Save Mary. One I know nothing about. Use your crane. Okay. Am I supposed to grab these? Oh. But I'm guessing if I drop it on her, she's going to be dead. Yes. Okay. So you can... Oh, it is precise. Okay, that one may be a good one. I'll have to come back to that one. So don't crush her. Well, I'm happy we found a workaround, but I'm still annoyed. I may take that controller apart and see if I can figure out what's wrong with it. Come on. There you go. Three, four. Sea battle. Sink enemy ships. Am I supposed to select something? Start something? Is this a paddle game? It's not doing anything. I don't know. Sequest. We already did a video of Sequest. I love Sequest. Haven't done it on this. It'll be interesting playing it with this controller. This is the one that... So where you shoot a sub, that's where people are going to come in. And you cannot surface. If you surface without a diver, you die. It's very odd. This is the one, it's like if you run out of gas, you have to have a passenger or your car explodes. This is my favorite Atari game. But it's not as good using this controller. But won't get into that, or I'll be playing it for hours. That's Sequest. Not based off the TV show. Actually, before that. With the guy from Jaws. Robert Schneider, I think. It was in 2010. Space Odyssey. Sequel to 2001. And then Jaws 1 and Jaws 2. Secret Quest. Let's see what Secret Quest is. Weird. Okay. Am I supposed to select? Guess I put my name in. Okay, I have a sword. You can touch walls. I guess that's energy. Oxygen. Energy. Hit points. Huh. I may have to play that again. That one's interesting. If only you went up to get the sword, that would be kind of Zelda-ish. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shield shifter. Oh. So it drops these things that stay. Oh, that is fast. Let's try that one again. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't. The ones that change color stay, the ones that... Dang, doesn't even give you a chance to move. That was close. And then I ran into that guy. Okay, this I kind of like. Reminds me a little bit of like the final Alien and Phoenix. Ah, shouldn't have gone left. I like that one. That one's good. Okay, Skydiver. It's one of those most people had more fun killing your character. But, well, I thought you pressed up. I thought you pressed up to do your parachute. But it's not working. But you're supposed to... Man. I know you press up. I remember that. No, you press... Okay, apparently you press down. But you just land, and the... later you open your parachute, the more points you'll get. But not that late. Oh, shoot. And then you have to be careful, because you think you have to hit the button to get it to start over again, and it's automatic. But that's Skydiver. Skydiver's fun. Okay, slot machine. You can pretty much tell what it is. It's just a slot machine. That's it. None of those were really that impressive. Even Blackjack was okay. But it wasn't that impressive on the Atari. It's easier just to get out a deck of cards. Slot machine, just get one of those cheapo slot machines. It's better. Okay. Slot racers. I vaguely remember this one. This is where you basically shot the person. It's mainly a two-player game, but your bullet just follows. So that's Slot Racers. Kind of boring. Okay, last one on page. On this page. Solaris. Oh, this one I remember seeing. To avoid the stuff. It's pretty. One of those that would be... Oh, do I help them? Apparently I help them. Shoot those things. Okay. That's Solaris. Lots of flashing lights, what Atari's known for. Okay, we should be on Space Attack. I can change the white dots to purple. Do we just wait until they converge? Oh, something's hitting them. Okay. That one takes way too long to get into. I don't see the purpose of the first screen, the radar screen. You should just go into that other screen and that's the game. I'm sure they had a thought behind it, but I don't know what it is. Everyone knows Space Invaders. And again, I do not think this is the 2600 version. It does not look like it's the 2600 version. What can you say about Space Invaders? I like that version, but I don't think it's the 7800. Or I think it's the 7800. I don't think it's a 2600. They may have done the same thing like they did with Frogger. Space War. So this is a lot like Combat. I think there's... yeah. Okay. I'm back. Sprint Master. Looks like a pole position knockoff. Sure. Oh no, it's not. Interesting. So you get to choose your course. I'm wondering if this is one better with the racing, but let's just try that. Wow, blacktop, dirt, ice. Let's do dirt. Oh yeah, this is not easy. Huh. That one may be fun. I may come back to try that one with the racing paddle. I'm scared to try this again. I actually took the batteries out. Oh, Stampede. Stampede was fun. You just catch the sheep, and you can hit them. And then there was a, and I'll let a black one go. They don't run They're just kind of there, and I thought I remembered if you let one go, where it was, is where a skull's going to be. And you have to avoid the skull. Okay, so that was Stampede. It's actually a very, very fun one, but again, it's not as fun on this. The 7800 controllers had their problems. It's better than the 5200, I'll give it that. The 5200 controllers actually started out great, but they are prone to breakage. Starship. Destroys many spacecraft. This looks a lot like the other one without the before the or after the radar. Ah, someone's thrown pepper on this one. And I have no idea what's going on. What is that? Okay, so you just avoid those. I guess those are supposed to be asteroids. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know. Atari always takes a lot of imagination. Star Strike. Interesting little... I don't know what I'm doing here. Am I the bottom thing or the top thing? They just blew up the Earth. I don't know. It's interesting. Good graphics. It looked like the Earth. Looked like the Death Star going down the trench in the Death Star with the Earth above you. Oh, Star Master. I think Star Master used this. I think. And I remember Star Master not making any sense whatsoever. But it was neat how your shots looked. And you just roam around, I guess, looking for something. Oh, that's my energy. Okay, so the E is energy, because if I shoot, it goes down by 100. But I guess I'm just looking for something. Looking for the off button to bring up another game. Looking for the controller to start working. Let me just put the back in it. That way the screw doesn't get lost. Okay. 1, come on, 2, 3. Steeplechase. Did not have this one. I think those are supposed to be horses with people on them. They don't look it, but I think they're supposed to be. think I'm the bottom horse. Okay, you get the idea. Because at first they looked like rocking horses, the way their legs were. Again, one of those that might be better with the Sega Genesis controller. When I plugged the Sega Genesis controller in, it was very, very odd. The controller just started, or the icon just went crazy. They went all over the place. So I'm guessing it didn't like it. I probably could have tried a different Sega Genesis controller, but stellar track. I was having a lot of video difficulties at the beginning, which I found out was actually the HDMI cable. Starfleet to Starship. Star Trek-ish. Commander, your mission is to destroy 20 alien warships and 26 stardates. Yeah, they're not ripping Star Trek off at all. Command, galaxy map, warp, what the? Galaxy map, I guess. Okay. Warp. 7. Yeah, that's good. I don't get it. It's a complicated one. Atari games should not be complicated, because there's not much to them. Whoops. Street Racer. We're actually almost done. I think I own this one. So I'm the orange one. Whoa, and then the button speeds things up. Okay. That's Street Racer. There's not much to it. You just avoid... I've been trying to put my controller slowly back up in this Pokebox that we got at CGF, Classic Game Fest, several years ago. I wish that company would come back. We got like a Mario block, Five Nights at Freddy's one, a Pokeball. They had a Doctor Who one and a not Halo. No, I can't think of it. Portal one. But they haven't been this several years. Ah, shoot, I got one. So I wish they'd come back. Because you never knew what was in it. The Pokeball, of course, was a bunch of Pokeball stuff. But it was like stickers, buttons, figures. It was really neat. Okay. So I'm scanning, I can see that, and I'm shooting stuff. I don't know if I'm supposed to be shooting stuff. Oh, you can move up and down. Okay. Not bad. That one may be worth coming back to. Oh joy, Super Baseball. Remember how we said sports games don't show up very well in this? Pele Soccer actually wasn't bad. I remember playing that one a lot. But at least I can throw strikes in this one. By the way, I was batting. I was just happy I hit the ball. Okay. That should be the last baseball game on here. Keep on having to mess with my camera. Cats keep moving it a little bit. And Pokemon Go keeps on bugging me because today was Community Day. Noiback Community Day. Okay. Super Breakout. This is better with the trackball controller or a paddle. We're starting to get a little bit of flickering. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay. Oh, this is going to be horrible. Start. Yeah, this is more of a trackball. You can't do it with a joystick. You need a trackball or you need a paddle. You can't do it with the joystick. And I actually don't have the Atari trackball controller. I have the ColecoVision one, which I do when I do the ColecoVision Mini. I may see if the trackball controller works. I actually did not grow up with a ColecoVision. I got it a lot later. Actually, just maybe 7 years ago. Okay, we aren't done with sports. But the ColecoVision was always interesting. Because you had all the modules. You had the racing module, the Atari module. And in this one, the pitcher's head is flashing. Interesting. So that's the ball. And I'm hitting every button. By every button, the one button known to man. The batter looks like a letter G. Anyway, baseball. I can see how sports games were very, very difficult in the Atari, especially football, baseball. Volleyball was probably the easiest. Basketball wasn't bad, but because basketball you can at least fit the whole court. Football, very, very difficult. Baseball, there's just so much involved. Speaking of football, Super Challenge Football. Okay, I'm guessing that was... What the... I see that... Is it the... No, it wouldn't be the controller, because it... Unless this is a two-player only game. It could be. Because there's not many buttons to choose from. I'm going to check this to make sure that controller actually still works. I always pick up spare controllers because you never know when you need them. Super Football. Title screen isn't bad. Looks like a football player. I guess I just ran the ball. I just threw the ball. Okay, that one's more playable. I actually didn't do as bad of a job on that one. Surprising. Oh, I got too much stuff out. Paddle controllers, blue or gigahertz controllers, wireless, I should say. Okay. Surround. Interesting. Oh, I know what this is. It's like, I think there was a game called Snafu, but it looks like it's a two-player game right now. Almost, they did a Tron light cycle game, kind of like that. That's actually what I wish someone would try to recreate is a Tron arcade. You'd almost have to do it in an arcade cabinet because it had the black lights, the joystick that was it was like transparent blue and it was glowing. They did a really good job. It was vector graphics also, if I remember correctly. Okay, sword fight. The Sword Quest games also that we're about to get to, those are actually going to go fast. What's this? Lightsabers. And I don't know. But it's definitely a lightsaber. Looked neat. Looked actually better than Jedi Arena. Star Wars Jedi Arena, where it had your two lightsabers going back and forth, and then the probe that was in the Millennium Falcon. Always thought that looked weird. Sword Quest Earthworld. If you don't know the whole fun history of Sword Quest games, ABGN actually has a really good rendition of Sword Quest where it was a contest to where the winner of each game, Earth World, Water World, Fire World, and Air World, would get different. Let's see, one of them was a talisman, Philosopher's Stone, a crown, and a chalice. And then the winner of those four would come back and get a sword. The sword was like worth $50,000, or maybe, yeah. I think the sword was $50,000, and then the four items were like $25,000. So it's really, really neat. And the thing is, and unfortunately, you can't really understand these now because it came with a comic book. And you would go into each of these rooms, and they were based on different things. One was based on the Zodiac, one was based on the Chakra, Tree of Life. And you would place certain things in each room. You'd have to periodically go through these. And then it would give you this code. It would be a two-letter or a two-number code, like 16-4. think it's the one AVGN show. And that corresponded to the page number in the comic book, and then the panel on that page, and there would be a hidden word there. It's a really neat idea. But each one is basically the same thing. Airworld was never made. The video game crash happened before Airworld was released, and so it never got finished. Fireworld was done in very, very limited supply, so you had to be a Atari Club member in order to get it. So it's neat that they kept it on here, because it's almost the only way you can play it. I think I've seen some reproduction cards of it, but yeah, we know this is the first time I've ever seen this. So, but it's the same thing. You put these, and this one may be more of a paddle, but you put these items in the room, and if you put the right combination, you get a code. I don't remember what this one's based off of. This one may be the Tree of Life. I know Earthworld was the Zodiac, and the color of the room tells you what sign of the Zodiac it is. Yeah, and then what it would be is, in the comic book, it would have, and there'd be bogus answers. So there would be something on the comic book that basically led you to, told you that only the answers that are prime numbers are the right ones. You can still find the comic books online. They're actually pretty good comic books. So, Waterworld. So as you can tell, everything is based on water in this one. Oh. Dodging sharks. Okay. This is why I really hate the 7800 controller. That's why everyone... So say you got... And here you would put down what item, and then if you put the right number of items, it would come up with a code. So that's Waterworld. Look up the AVGN episode on Sword Quest. They did find out what happened to the sword, the Philosopher's Stone, were never given because of the video game crash. They couldn't hold those two events. I don't think the crown was given either. Yeah, I think only the talisman and the chalice were given. So the others, it was rumored that Jack Tramiel, who bought Atari, had them. But later it was determined that because of the rules of the contest, they could not keep them. They had to be destroyed. So they were melted down because the sword had like a silver blade and a gold hilt encrusted with diamonds and rubies and sapphires, a bunch of stuff. But they actually did have to destroy them, unfortunately. But just because they were made for a contest, you promised them in a contest, so you had to either give them in a contest or destroy them. So unfortunately, now we know what happened to them. So, Tempest. So, Tempest, this is one of the worst versions of Tempest. As you can tell, it looks nothing like Tempest, but one of the good ones of Tempest is the only thing the Atari Jaguar did right was Tempest. But this is almost unplayable. So that's Tempest. That may be a paddle game too. It would make sense that it's a paddle game. Let's see. We may be near the end. Yeah. Okay, we'll put on video checkers. I'm guessing I have to hit start. And now all of a sudden we're having flickering problems. But it's checkers. I've noticed the HDMI cable doesn't fit as snug as I expect it to be. Even the controllers don't, so they did cheap out on this system. Maybe they fixed it in. I know there's a sorry, I have to close the box because the cat was about to get into it. I know there's a Flashback 9. So maybe they fixed it in the 9 version. Okay. Although it looks like the flicker may actually be the transitioning from computer to person. That's chess. Video chess. Come here. Oh, hey there, Link. Oh, it went alphabetical. No, don't claw that. Stop it. Ha. Okay. We're at video pinball. 4 left. So this one was fun. You just love knocking things over. See if I remember how to... So you hit left. I was trying to learn controls. Hit left for the left bumper. There is a tilt, so you have to be careful. I love that the Atari logo's in there. But this is a fun one. Sometimes, though, you do have to purposely do the tilt. And anyone that's watched my Revenge of the Gator knows I'm not the best pinball player. But video pinball is good. It's recommended. Okay. Warlord. Or Warlord, sorry, plural. Let's see what this is. I have no idea. I am the yellow one. I'm assuming this is a multiple player here. It's probably a setting to have it, but Looks like it could be fun. It's kind of a versus Breakout or versus Arkanoid, where each one controls a corner. And since you're shaking, I have to make sure that the thing is still working. Which it is. Good. Okay. Wizard. 3 last ones. So I can shoot. I could shoot. I can't shoot anymore. Oh, that's making me go slower. Apparently you cannot, you don't want to touch the wall, because that brings that thing. I'm thinking I need to get to this. I don't know. Warlords. Or Wizard. That was Wizard. Two last ones. Both excellent games. Yar's Revenge. Never played it with this controller. Oops. So while you're in this, that little thing cannot hurt you. The thing that... that's the thing I don't like about this controller. So what you do... you shoot off a lot of that. The more you shoot off, of course, the more points you get. And then you go... you touch this to bring this up. I don't know what happened there. You need to get that out of the way. Once he gets a little bit farther, go here, touch that to bring that up. And then you shoot that into it, but I'm having a lot of trouble with this thing. Okay. Yar's Revenge is an amazing game. It's an excellent game. I believe it's a Howard Scott Warshaw game. I believe. I know he did E.T., Indiana Jones. I believe he did Yar's Revenge. He may not have, but I'm pretty sure he did. And then the last one... which is Yar's Return. I have never played. So it looks like it's almost the same thing. Except you can go 60. Okay, so that is the end. Take that off before something happens to it. So that is the Atari Flashback 8 Gold. Good selection of games. The 8 apparently is the rare one that has Activision games in it. I don't know if the others have, like one may have Williams, one may have Namco. I don't know if there's much difference, or what's the other one? iMagic is another one that did a lot. But overall, the thing's great. The only downfall is being forced to use this guy. You don't know if this is going to work at all the time. It's very fidgety, but this is the only way to get back to the menu unless you turn it off, turn it back on. I tried it with the paddles. I tried it with the sports paddle. I didn't try it with the racing paddle. The sports paddle, at least, is way too sensitive when you compare it to an old Atari, like Circus Atari. I played it on a original 2600, and it did fine. Whereas this one, I mean, you can't do those precise movements. So, and there's no way to adjust the sensitivity, unfortunately. But overall, it's not bad. There's a lot of improvements they should have done, but you can tell they kind of cut some corners. But just for the nostalgic, I'd pick it up if you look into it. I don't know if you can still find these on Amazon. Like I said, I found this at Toys R Us when they were going out of business. I picked up this one in the Coleco. They had an Intellivision, but I had to choose, and I was more of a Coleco fan. But that is the Atari Flashback Gold. It has its problems. It has two games that, for some reason, they put the 7800 version on it instead of the 2600, which was Frogger and Space Invaders. So, who knows why? Maybe they lost the rights to the 2600 for some reason, or they just decided they didn't like the 2600, so they put the 7800 on instead. But, hope you liked it. The next one I will do, let me grab it, will be this guy. This is the ColecoVision. I don't remember having as many problems with this one because the controllers are they're not wireless, and I think the wireless is what's causing the problem. So hope you liked it. Hope you enjoyed this look back at some of Atari's best games, especially some of Activision's best games. I do wish Pitfall 2 was on here, but playing it with that controller, I don't know. But there's a lot of games that they were missing that probably should have been in there. But that is all 120 games. Took 2 parts. So if you have any comments, let me know. You can look us up on Facebook. And we will see you next time.